Hey guys, my name's Alistair Gray, and this is my 1963 long bed stepside Chevy C10. It's a half-ton pickup truck. Sorry about that, lost you there for a second. So I've had it for about 10 years, and finally getting around to working on it. It was in storage for 10 years actually, because I got it, decided to move cross country with the family, was going to come back for it. Then life happened and 10 years went by, and finally getting a chance to work on it now. So luckily it's been dry storage ever since I got it. And yeah, slowly starting to do the dash a little bit, cleaning up the inside. As you can see, it's a little surface rust on the inside. It was sitting on a field for about 5 years before I got it, and that window was off the track, so there was open to moisture and all that stuff, and nice little rodents and whatnot. The floor is pretty solid for the most part. A few holes there, of course. You know, there's a hole in the corner there, hole in the corner there. Cab corner's gone. But overall, it's pretty solid. Just all surface rust on the inside. And you know, of course, it has some wiring issues, being 54 years old. But it's okay. I got a whole new wiring harness for it. You know, from front of the vehicle to the back with a fuse block. So I'm going to rewire the whole thing. And it's a 4-speed. Was a 3 on the tree at one point in its life. Somebody converted the engine and this at one point. So going to be getting a week off next week. Got to do a bunch of work on the inside. Hopefully get this cleaned up, whatnot. Got lots of metal work to fix. Come on inside here. Hope you guys don't get motion sickness. So, long bed stepside, which I love. You don't see too many long bed stepsides, actually. At least not anymore. Of course, it's 63, so it's the last year of the wraparound windshield, which I love. I have the windshield, or a new windshield, new old windshield. There's the old one. New one's underneath the blanket. Picked it up for about 50 bucks from a guy down McGrant's Pass. Really nice guy. Awesome. And, of course, it has the typical Chevy rust. Corners are gone. Probably just going to try to see if I can find a better set of fenders for it. Doors are pretty solid for the most part, except this door over here. You can see, sorry for the messy garage in between my shop and the garage. I have a pretty decent sized shop too. About 5 or 6 different mirrors maybe was installed on this thing at one point, because there's like a bajillion holes in the freaking door. But that's okay. Well, I'm gonna see if maybe I might get lucky, find a good side doors, or I'll try my first hand at metal fab work, which is gonna be a learning process for me, and do some panel replacements and whatnot. So there's the old girl there. This is my old Blue. You're my boy, Blue. You know. Anyways, don't come after me for copyrights on that. So here's my engine. It's a 230 straight 6. Like I said, it was a factory 3 on the tree. I'm not too sure if this was a factory 230 or if it's a 283 V8 truck originally, or maybe from the big 292 straight 6, which would have been cool. But this is actually not the original engine. I found a date on it. It's a 68 block, so obviously it's been swapped out at one point. As you can see, the wiring's a mess. Most of this wiring actually is my mess, because total hack job. I don't know what they were thinking, but you know, there was like a push button, a toggle switch, another push button, and it was all wired up, and there was this huge rat's nest under the dash, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? I mean, it's a 1963 Chevy truck. It's pretty freaking simple. I don't know why you need all this bullshit, you know? It's not like it's a 2017 truck, Chevy truck, brand new, that's complicated with a bajillion, you know, computers and all that bullshit. Excuse my language. And so, ripped all that out. This is a big old wiring mess. Wired it up the way it was supposed to, just for temporary. I wanted to see if I could try to get it to turn over with the switch, the ignition switch, like it was supposed to from the factory. Did. Worked fine. It was perfect. So, but like I said, I'm going to rip it out anyways. I'm going to replace it with the new kit I got. So, compression test was pretty sad on this engine, to be honest. It's going to run. It's not going to run very good. Not very strong anyways. I mean, it wasn't like terrible compression, but it's tired, you know. It's a 50, well, the engine itself is, well, 50 years old just about. So I don't know its service life. I don't know if it's been rebuilt at one point or not, but it's okay. So I'm just going to get running the way it is for the time being with the engine. Drum brakes in the front, of course. So I'm going to swap that out for disc brakes in the front so I can stop better. And probably put some power steering in it because obviously with these guns, you know, I'm going to need some power steering. You know, I'm not very big guy. Just be a little bit more comfortable to drive at least. Not saying I'm not going to drive without power steering because I want to drive the damn truck. I've had it for almost freaking a decade and haven't get to drive it yet. But I got all the stuff to swap it for power steering already. And actually, I got a little diamond, I would call it, for the engine. This engine won't be in there for very long. I just want to get it running, cruising. Maybe try to sell the engine, make, I don't know, even $100 off it. So I could put back into the truck because I got a whole other engine for it. And transmission, actually. Picked up a 78 GMC truck from a friend of a friend. The truck itself is completely rotted out. Oregon Coast got to it. But has a low miles, perfectly running 454 in it with a Turbo 400. And that thing runs like a dream. Did a compression test on it. Compression was perfect on it. And starts up every time. Runs great. Plenty of power. I mean, I was sitting there playing with it. I hope you don't get motion sickness again. I'm sorry. I keep spinning. I need to keep walking. I'll try to stay still. Anyway, so perfectly good engine. Plenty of power. It's a 78, so of course it has it's kind of the emissions bogged down, big block, but still plenty of power, plenty of life. I'm going to get some power out of it. I'm not looking for like, you know, super crazy power, but it's a big block. It's going to sound nice. It sounds nice already. It's going to be different for, you don't see too many of these trucks with big blocks in them. You know, most people just throw 350s in them, which that's what people keep telling me to do. And yeah, I might be being a stupid kid, you know, putting a big block in a truck, and I should just keep it simple, you know, with this straight six or whatnot. But you know what? Everybody has a 350 in these damn trucks, it seems like. So it's, you know, I want to be a little different. I want to make it my truck, you know, be a little bit different from the crowd. So that will be in here soon. Probably, like I said, gonna get it right first and have some fun with it first, and then I'll start saving up for the swap, you know, because I gotta, of course, I'm gonna have to maybe massage the fender wall to fit the 454. I keep reading about it, that the valve covers sometimes have issue fitting and whatnot. And then, of course, get a new cross member, maybe new drive shaft, of course, because it's a different transmission. Put all Aqua in the back, so I have posi track stuff. You know, one wheel wonder burnout, especially with the big block, because, like I said, that big block, for what it is pretty strong. I mean, that crappy truck that it's in right now, it just freaking roasts the tires in that truck, and I wasn't even trying. It just wants to go, you know. So anyways, that's a little bit about my truck, Old Blue, and I'm gonna try to make some videos of it as I do this build. It's gonna be quite the long adventure, but I'm hoping to have it running here soon and cruising. Goal is to have it done by next September. Not done, I should rephrase that, because it's going to be a long time before this thing's beautiful, like the way I want it. So I want to go 50s Aqua, make it kind of 50s looking, with a nice little stance, lowered in the front a little bit, but I want it to at least be running. Don't know if it'll be with the 454 by then. I mean, I hope. Maybe if I make a bunch of money in the meantime, so I can get this going, because of course, you know, the thing that gets in the way most of the time besides time in projects is money. But I'm hoping to have it at least running where I can have fun with it and put it in the Coos, which is here in Coos Bay, every September. Because I would love to have, my dream when I was a kid was to have this in the Cruise, or not just this, but to be in the Cruise, because I've always loved classic cars. And that's my dream. So stay with me. If you want to subscribe. If not, just keep in tune, keep in touch, you know, and keep a lookout. I also have an old Jeep Cherokee that I work on. I already posted a video I noticed about a year ago about that, which it's nothing special. It's just a 1990 Jeep Cherokee with a bunch of miles. Has a 7-inch lift, long arms and all that. And I plan on doing some work on that soon too. It needs some loving, you know. I got a 4.0. I'm just going to be stroking for that. Anyways, it's going to be a 4.6 stroker when I'm done with that engine. And got to fix some cancer in that. I took that Jeep to Chicago with me when I moved, and let's just say the winters there with all that road salt weren't too nice. to that Jeep. And that's my baby too. I've had that for 10 years. But enough on that. That's a whole different video. Thanks for watching, guys. That's already at 10 minutes. Holy crap. If you've watched this whole thing, that's awesome. Stay in touch, guys. Alright. Have a good night.